Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere.
Well, we went to start our engine to make sure that everything was going okay. We started it just last week because we started every week or so, and she wouldn't start. And then we turned the key, you could hear the solenoid click, but nothing would happen. When I tried to jump it, the motor would spin, but the solenoid would not engage. So our solenoid, as you know, typically what will happen is this gear comes out and interacts with the flywheel, and in this case it wouldn't do that. So it's the gear is not jumping out. It's pretty rusty. The solenoids, how is this held on? It's it goes on this way. Engine forward is that way, bell housing is here. So it's just two bolts that hold it on.
Well, and what's weird on the bolts we were dealing with is one is a bolt and nut, and the other is a stud and a nut.
Which was a little weird, but
normally you'd have one or the other.
In any case, I don't know if we're going to need a new starter. I mean, if I bang on the solenoid, she'll probably work. If I hit it with a hammer while we're trying to start it. But as you can see, it's pretty rusty. So I have an idea that she might be, I don't know if she's repairable or not. I'm tempted to try and take this apart, but obviously we're probably not leaving Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, which was the plan. But every time you get ready to go, it's something. And this started just last week. There's a joke that goes that everything on a boat is broken, you just don't know it yet.
Well, that really is the case. That was damaged in being persnickety for a while.
Yeah, but we thought it was just wiring, and for the most part it was.
So how would we test this?
We just hook it up to battery and
hooked up 12 volt
and watch it go.
Hooked up to 12 volts, see if that sticks, see if that shoots out.
Yep. The problem is if I just bang it and she works, then it'll die in 2 weeks. Yes. After I've got it out like this, it's only 200 bucks. I'm tempted to just go ahead and get another starter motor. We had a fire yesterday. Today our starter doesn't work. So that's our project for the day. Now we have
figure
to
out what we're gonna do. Honestly, we got it out. I think we should just figure out if we can either A, order a new one, or B, find a new one based off of that model number.
Yep. A lot of times with a solenoid, you can just hit it with a, and she'll take off. But we go.
This might actually work after this.
Yep, now that this is freed up. I'll bet she works just fine. How about we put it back in there and she's gonna work. So the question is why was it just going bzzz and not doing this? It's supposed to come out.
Maybe because it was caught. You saw the amount of rust in there.
You know, the nice thing about this is there's no, on these teeth, there's no weird wear marks that show, you know, maybe that it engaged the flywheel badly or anything like that. It actually looks really good.
Big bolt?
Yep, big bolt.
That's the big one, right?
Yep.
I'll set that there for the moment. And key.
Hey, where's the Allen?
Right here. Can you repeat that line?
I didn't think we'd be putting it back on today, but I'm very encouraged about how easy it broke free.
If it starts, we will use it until we get back to the States. Then when we rebuild the engine as a whole, we'll get a whole new one.
Well, I don't know. We keep using it as long as she's working.
The slightly dark rusted ones. if this falls, it will fall into an area of the engine that we have very rarely gotten anything out of.
Yeah, it goes under the engine tray on top of the gray water tank. Washer.
Washer, right here.
Okay, nut.
Nut right here.
Okay, and this one is a 12 millimeter, you said, son?
Yep, which is why I saved all the tools we used to put it together off to the side. Right here. Oh, wait, there, I heard something.
Sucks. It looked pretty, but no. Really?
Is the other thing in the back plugged in? So this is our new starter. I've got anything that we need to have covered up with tape right now. We'll have to paint it, but we're going to, as best we can, not hit any of this and just get this. The first coat is going to be a white coat on all the areas not covered by tape. The next coat is going to be a blue coat to protect it. When we were doing research on starters, we heard from the original manufacturer that starters are made and changed to fit different specific versions of the motor, so we have to get ones with the right amount of teeth, and that generally buying it from the manufacturer is the best idea. We heard that the Chinese ones die pretty quickly and are made pretty badly. So I'm gonna go hang it up now. Now with it hung up, we are going to paint it. Now we let it dry.
And we'll get the blue.
And we'll get the blue and paint it later. So I have put on some plastic to help protect our stainless. Doesn't protect it perfectly, but we'll have to do what we can to not spray the stainless. We still have acetone to clean up what remains. So this is it with 4 coats now. It's dry to the touch, but we're gonna let it dry overnight. So here we have the new and the old. It appears that the new one is just a little longer than the old one. We actually put the old one back in. Gears look the same, so does the mounting, but I am going to take off the taped sections that I used to protect things. You know,
I don't know if that's good or not.
and now with the masking removed, here are our 2 items. And this is both the new and the old with all of my masking removed. And we're gonna see if this fits.
Oh my god, it looks like it fits. I can even get the wrench back there, just barely. I need the Allen and the big nut. It just barely fits. It's like a millimeter to get that wrench in there.
Test to see if it's the same size. And after this, the moment of truth. Now then, let's turn on starting Avio.
Starter was fine.
No, whoa! Oh, there we go! Engine starts.
Well, that was a bad idea. This poor thing, I guess, had really seen its last leg. Oh wow, dust. Look at that rust.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's rustier than it looks.
We loosened it up. It didn't work before.
Anyway, so we will probably either just keep this in our example, or we might try and rebuild it. Starter motors are imminently rebuildable. One more problem down, and we have an engine we can move, and so we have an opportunity to get out of here. We'll see if something else goes. There was a hesitation. I had to turn the key 3 or 4 times before she'd catch, so it was just clicking. This wouldn't even start with a direct jump, just right there to there. Wouldn't do it. So this was dead. There's still an intermittent connection problem somewhere. So we will have to find that. We'll keep you posted on how everything goes. Hey folks, like, subscribe, tell your friends. It really does help, and it helps the channel grow. It helps us get higher in the search engines. And if you do feel like you can, please donate and help us out on the journey and help us restore this boat. We have a Patreon link. We also have a PayPal link on our website. It turns out that the light that was on, or I'm sorry.
GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.